What's happening, guys? This is the Grandmaster of Faster, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Stadium. In the last episode, we somehow emerged victorious in the Master Ball tournament of the Round 2 Prime Cup. I still don't know how that happened, but yeah, that was definitely eventful, wasn't it? But now an even more daunting task lies ahead of us because we are going to scale the Gym Leader Castle once again. And because this is round 2, it obviously means the difficulty has been ramped up considerably. So I hope you're prepared. That's all I'm going to say. As usual, we're going to start out with the Pewter Gym Tower, which is headed by Brock. And I am going to use my blue version team, because I feel it's the best suited for taking down Rock Pokémon. Of course, obviously you will see some other types besides Rock, but a lot of them do have shared weaknesses. So that's a little bit of a reprieve. Without further ado, here we go. For our first battle in the Gym Leader Castle, we are going to take on Bug Boy, who has a team of Pokemon that is comprised of things other than bug types. So that's a change. Even with his changes, he's still quite vulnerable to rock Pokemon, so I'm going to lead off with Golem. I'm going to bring in Snorlax as backup, and we'll use Gengar just in case.
We bring you this battle live from Gym Leader Castle. How will our intrepid challenger fare against the best of the best?
Well, judging from this matchup, I think I'm gonna fare pretty well, because he's leading off with his Butterfree. Bug Flying type with the moves Stun, Spore, Supersonic, Psychic, and Mega Drain! Ooh, that hurt! But it's not going to hurt as much as Rock Slide because that's going to be quite effective. Wow, that Mega Drain did a lot. Butterfree has better special than I thought it did. Next Pokemon is going to be Paris. Paris is a bug and grass type with the moves Solar Beam, Reflect, Growth, and Dig. Paris is one of the worst Pokemon in the game, and by extension, one of the worst Pokemon in the series. It's never been good. One interesting fact about Paris is that it's the only Pokemon that can use a Bug-type move against a Psychic type and not get hit for super effective damage in return. Of course, that's largely irrelevant because, well, it's Paris. In any case, Beedrill is his final Pokemon. Bug Poison type with the moves Pin Missile, Fury Attack, Twin Needle, and Hyper Beam. A lot of multi-hitting moves there, so basically what it's going to try and do is it'll lower your HP enough to finish you off with Hyper Beam. But since Beedrill's stats are incredibly poor, you'll likely knock it out before it has a chance to complete that strategy. Oh, 7 HP! You are one resilient little stinger, aren't you? So we're gonna hit you with a body slam and see if that hits. Fun fact, Twin Needle can also poison you, so you might want to be careful of that. But yeah, Beedrill is, well, it's pitiful. It really didn't shine until Gen 6 when it got its Mega Evolution. But that's one battle down, and 3 more to go. We're doing pretty well so far, so let's continue onward. Round 2 against Lad, or Youngsters as they're known in the mainstream games. He's got some poison Pokemon, which are just begging to get hit by Gengar and Slowbro. And, oh, I don't know. Let's bring in Snorlax for backup.
Here's the second adversary. The challenger needs to stay calm and earn victory.
the challenger needs to not get freaked out by Gloom's sprite animation because, yeah, Gloom with its eyes open is really, really disturbing. Speaking of which, Gloom. Grass poison type with the moves Absorb, Stun Spore, and Mega Drain. That's it. It's incredibly slow, and it loves to hit you with status effects. In fact, all of his Pokemon can inflict status in some way. Let's go ahead and hit you with another Psychic. Hopefully I can fight through the paralysis. Mega Drain won't do anything to me because I resist grass-type attacks. And yes, you did fight through the paralysis. Way to go, Gengar. Alright, Gloom has been taken care of. 1 down and 2 more to go. Pokemon number 2 is Ivysaur. Honestly, one of his more dangerous Pokemon. Ivysaur is a grass and poison type, Leech Seed, Vine Whip, Poison Powder, and Mega Drain. It likes to drain your HP and lower it gradually, and then finish you off with stab attacks. So you'll need to take it out before it inflicts a status on you. And if Leech Seed becomes too troublesome, you can always switch out, and that will take care of it.
There's a difference in the number of
so for his last Pokemon, he is going to go for Venonat. Venonat is at level 50, or should I say, it can be anywhere from level 50 to 100. Bug Poison type with the moves Leech Life, Mega Drain, Supersonic, and Stun Spore. And thankfully I didn't get Parafused, but I can't move. Well, momentary happiness followed by disappointment. That's the story of my life in a nutshell. And again, you're gonna go for the Supersonic. And I'm Parafused. Lovely. But thankfully I managed to fight my way through it. And will you please get KO'd, Venonat? No, you won't! You survive with the mere 22 HP. There is no justice in the world, I swear. Although that can be explained since Gengar doesn't get any stab boosts from Psychic. Just goes to show you that there were a severe lack of Ghost-type attacks in Gen 1. There were only 2. Lick, which is a really weak attack that has a chance of paralysis, and for some reason, because of one of the many Generation 1 glitches, it doesn't affect Psychic types. And on the other hand, there's Nightshade, which deals damage equal to the attacker, equal to the opponent's level, actually. But then once Shadow Punch, Shadow Sneak, Hex, Shadow Ball, all that good stuff got introduced, yeah, Ghost types started becoming a lot more useful, and you've been fully paralyzed 3 times in a row! Come on, Gengar! Oh, I'll give you one more chance. If not, I must dispose of you immediately. Thankfully, Venonat's not doing much with Leech Life, but it is recovering thanks to— Thank you! Finally! You managed to come through for me. And down it goes.
Is it down and out?
I hope that's not an omen of things to come, but knowing my luck, it definitely will be. Alright, 2 trainers taken care of. And we are going to hopefully take care of the last one just as easily. Obviously, the gym leader is going to be more of a challenge, so we'll want to prepare ahead of time for him. But for now, we have to fight Junior Male. He has ground types and flying types with him. I am going to lead off with Lapras, and I am also going to bring Gengar as well. However, a couple of his Pokemon know Earthquake, and that is definitely alarming, so I'm going to bring in Slowbro for backup.
It's the gym's third opponent. The gym leader is waiting right after this.
Okay, Junior Male is leading off with his Kabutops, which is level 50, Rock Water type with the moves Slash, Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, and Surf. Kabutops is fast and it's got really good physical attack, so that Slash is definitely gonna hurt. And so will a critical hit Thunderbolt, I might add. But if you have any Grass Pokemon, you'll want to use those against Kabutops, but be careful of Ice Beam. Pokemon number 2 is going to be Farfetch'd. You're certainly going to have to do much better than that, my friend. Farfetch'd is a normal and flying type with the moves Sand Attack, Toxic, Slash, and Fly. It's Farfetch'd. Do I really need to say anything else? All I can say is, thank goodness for Sword and Shield. They finally gave a purpose, which Farfetch'd was in dire need of. I mean, seriously, go to Smogon and check out their Pokedex entries for Farfetch'd. They are hilarious. All right, and speaking of hilariously over the top, the announcer announces that there is one Pokemon, and it is going to be Sandshrew. Sandshrew is a ground type, and it has the moves Sand Attack, Swords Dance, Earthquake, and Strength. It'll try and lower your accuracy while boosting its own attack, but it's just a Sandshrew. It's really, really weak. Even if it was a Sand Slash, you still probably would have taken it down just as easily. Unfortunately, not the strongest of ground types, which is a shame because I like Sandshrew and Sand Slash. I think they look pretty cool. But with all 3 trainers defeated, now is the time to take on our good friend Brock. Brock has amped up his team a little bit, and I am going to lead off with my Lapras, but I will also bring Gengar as backup. You know, I actually have changed my mind. I'm gonna lead off with Gengar instead, and I will bring in Lapras to deal with those Rock Pokemon. And for my final party member, I don't want to bring in Dragonite because that's going to get hit with Rock Slide and Ice Beam, which would be a disaster. I am going to use Slowbro.
The next battle is against Pewter Gym leader, Brock. How will the challenger battle Brock's rock-hard team?
Well, this is a good matchup for me. Brock is led off with his Omastar, which is a rock and water type with the moves Double Edge, Toxic, Ice Beam, and Surf. Compared to Kabutops, Omastar specializes in special stats, which is why my Mega Drain didn't do as much damage. Ugh, Surf. That's gonna get stab damage, but it didn't do too much to Gengar, so that's all good. I don't know if another Mega Drain will KO it, but that's really my best move. Omastar does have a quad weakness to grass types, but a critical hit will do the job. Well, it's down and out, so I think you answered your own question, buddy. Okay, Brock, let's see what you got. He's gonna go for Doug Trio. Doug Trio is a ground type with the moves Dig, Slash, Rock Slide, and Sand Attack. It's very, very fast. It's known as the ultimate revenge killer because if something is paralyzed, it can almost instantly take it out. I'm gonna switch to Slowbro because that Dig is going to destroy Gengar and I might need him later on. Remember, this is Gen 1. Levitate was not a thing back then. Speaking of which, Levitate was a much needed asset to Gengar, and one of the many reasons why it became a top tier threat. It's one of those Pokemon that's always been consistently good, regardless of what game you play. And it's gonna go underground again. Well, not like I expected anything different. A really, really fast Pokemon versus a really slow Pokemon. You tell me who's gonna make the first move. But this Doug Trio is proving to be quite the nuisance. The only way it could be more annoying is, wow, that did a lot of damage. Oh, jeez. Brock, you have certainly upped your game, my friend. I salute you. All right, with his Doug Trio gone, he has one Pokemon left. And it better not be that Ninetales. No, it's Onix. His pride and joy. Onix is a rock and ground type bot with the moves Bind, Rock Slide, Earthquake, and Screech, and of course you're gonna go for the Bind. How did I not see that coming? Yeah, that's the most annoying thing about Onix, is the fact that it's really fast as well. It doesn't look like it, but it is. If I do switch out to Gengar, there's a chance he'll use Earthquake on me, so I'm gonna go for Lapras instead. I don't know how fast Lapras is, but we'll soon find out. Ice Beam to the face, hopefully. No, it's gonna use Bind again. Oh dear, this is not good. Well, now I have to switch out Lapras one more time. I'd like to use Thunder Wave on Slowbro, but Onix is a ground type, it's impervious. I know Gengar will outspeed Onix. I am hoping that Mega Drain will KO it, and it theoretically should. Onix has really bad special.
What's next? Wow, that's an effective hit.
And there we go, it does indeed knock it out in one hit. All right.
That's it.
I had to think about that, but I pulled out on top. But yeah, you saw how much more difficult that battle was, because in the first Gym Leader Castle, I breezed through this tower. With Brock defeated, the Pewter Gym Tower is clear. Received the key from Brock and opened Misty's Tower. And we are going to take on the Cerulean Gym Tower in the next episode. See you guys next time.